start this off. Good evening, everyone. I'm Timothy Priano with the League of Women Voters of Buffalo and Niagara, and I'm delighted to be here to moderate this afternoon's evening's program. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization that encourages the informed and active participation in citizens and government. We work to influence the public policy through education and advocacy, but we also never support or oppose any political party or candidate. And despite our historic name, the League of Women League is not only for women. Our membership is open to everyone age 16 and up. We envision a democracy where every person has the desire, the right, and knowledge, and the confidence to participate. The ground rules for the candidate forum. The League of Women Voters of Buffalo Niagara will not permit substitutes for candidates at debates forums conducted by the League. The League must be present at the forum conducted by the League. The candidate must be present at the forum conducted by the League to present his or her statement and to display campaign literature. If a candidate cannot attend the debate or forum, he or she may submit a brief statement that explains his or her absence to be read by the moderator. There must be at least 2 candidates for each office present to conduct a forum. Presentations should be strictly confined to issues, not personalities. Members of the audience are encouraged to submit questions in writing on the cards provided at each anybody needs cards? Right over here. To submit their questions need to be related to the issues that are related to the East Aurora Town Council or the East Aurora Town Clerk. Please note that the offices for each question. League members will collect your questions. Candidates drew numbers this evening to determine the order of the opening statements. The closing statements will be reversed in opening statement of the opening statement. Election materials will not be permitted in the meeting room. There's a table outside the room that's been provided for this service. Lori Robinson will be the only authorized recording of this event. It will be posted in its entirety on the League's YouTube channel by Wednesday. Only licensed media, including TV, radio, and newspapers, are entitled to air a portion of the recording in keeping with Federal Communication Commission regulations. All others who air this recording may do so only in its entirety. No one is permitted to publicly display edited footage, comments by opponents, or paraphrase quotes in any manner. We request that the audience turn off their cell phones at this time. Keep them turned off throughout the event. We expect the audience will be attentive, civil, and make no responses to what the candidates say, whether you agree or disagree with their views. We also request that you refrain from applause until the forum is completed. We seek to provide all candidates with the greatest amount of time to respond to questions. Our format for tonight's forum. Our timekeeper over here is Terry Parks. She will raise a green paddle when the speaker has 1 minute, a yellow paddle when there's 15 seconds left, and a red paddle when the time has elapsed. These candidates are expected to stop when completing the sentence being spoken at that time. Opening statements, each candidate will have 2 minutes for an opening statement. Biographical sketches and a platform outline is usually presented. Questions, each candidate will have 2 minutes to respond to each question. If candidates need less time to respond, we'll be able to ask more questions. I will be asking written questions submitted by the members of the audience. League member Deborah Cohen's screening questions for vulgarity, profanity, appropriateness, and redundancy. All questions should be directed to all candidates of that office. Questions will be asked of the candidates in a rotating order. Closing statements, each candidate will be allowed 2 minutes for a closing statement, summarizing the thoughts and reiterating points brought forth through the meeting. This forum is designed to be a dialogue between the audience and the candidate. It is not a debate. Candidates for the East Aurora Town Council we've already set their placement here, will be Joseph McCann, Jessica Arboris, and Scott Saliman. I will repeat any question if you need me to, that when it's your turn to respond. It is important that each one uses only as much time as needed to respond to questions. We can move to the next person without introductions. I will introduce the candidates in reverse order for the closing statements. Closing statements should begin about 7:50 p.m. if earlier questions have been asked. And then we will go into the candidates for the East Aurora Town Clerk, which will be Janine Vera and Karen Donkey. Thank you. So we'll start off with our opening statement. Joseph.
First of all, are we going to stay seated for this? This song?
Yes.
Either way, just pass the mic. Sure.
Okay, I'm going to pass the mic.
All right, thank you very much. I just didn't want all to stand up, all to sit. Okay, that's great, thank you. Thank you all for coming. It's a little bit warm in here, but thank you. I appreciate the big crowd. I didn't know if we'd get a big crowd. I think this is bigger than the last time I did one of these. I would love to see so many people interested in our community. My name is Joe McCann. I'm a current councilman on the town board. I'm running for re-election. I've been on the town board for 4 years. I've been very proud of my service. I am very glad to have been a member of the town board, and I enjoy the work very, very much. I've been a resident of East Aurora for 26 years. I've raised 3 children. Well, one's a junior in high school, he's not quite raised. And my wife is here to support me, the lovely Joe McCann. Thanks for coming. When I first ran for office 4 years ago, my platform really consisted of 2 things. I wanted town to undertake a comprehensive plan because we didn't have one. We'd never adopted the previous plan. And I wanted to approve the Great Adirondack Rail Trail. The town had to approve the rail trail in order for it to receive funding from outside. That was a condition of funding. I'm happy to say that the comprehensive plan is almost wrapped up. It's already 1 minute. And the rail trail just opened its first section in West Falls, and it's beautiful, and I encourage everybody to check it out. During the year, a lot of things came up. We brought a $4.5 million grant to West Falls to support both public property and private institutions like the dog park. We reestablished an open space committee to make improvements at Majors Park. We established the community smart task force, climate smart community task force, which brought in $80K in grants to pay for a new electric truck for our town and our new zero-turn electric mower for the park. We worked with the EAPD to bring in a needle drop-off, mostly for prescription needles, but also to keep illicit needles out of our parks. We have Narcan boxes in 3 locations throughout town. My point is this, when you come in with one agenda, but you deal with what comes up along the way. And I'm very proud of what we've done as a town board, and I'm very proud of the bipartisan manner in which we've done it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, League of Women Voters, and thank you, fellow candidates, for being here. Thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Forgive me, I'm going to read a little bit. I've got a head cold, so I'm a little fuzzy. A seat on the town board is opened up, which is why I'm running. I think there's an opportunity for a leader with proven commitment to community service and a record of working through tough challenges. I believe deeply in the power of serving our community. I'm a longtime East Aurora resident. I was born and raised here. I very much love our hometown. I want to do my part to ensure that the town of Aurora continues to thrive. I'm the general manager of the East Aurora Co-op Market, and in that role, I handle challenges collaboratively. There is always something to figure out. Tonight, I thought I might not make it because we're figuring something out. There are equipment failures, pandemic disruptions, supply chain issues. Every day is something new, and every day in this community-owned business, we work as a team to raise the lower voices, the quieter voices, to collaborate, solve problems, generate ideas, and move forward together. I am well aware that public service is not all sunshine and roses. I've served on the East Aurora Board of Education for 14 years. In my 3 years as board president, I led during a nationally challenging period for public education when attacking school boards became partisan sport. During that time, we rallied as a board with the administration and staff to stay focused on what mattered, our kids' education. In the town of Aurora, we have opportunity to build on the progress, the amazing progress of the current board. Over the past few years, as Joe mentioned, they've done admirable work, including supporting environmental initiatives, securing grant funding, and developing the comprehensive plan. I'm ready to continue that momentum and focus on my key priorities: protect protecting our unique identity while encouraging sensible growth, ensuring fiscal responsibility while sustaining our essential services, preserving natural resources and green spaces, advancing smart policies, and supporting both residents and small businesses. Looking forward, we don't know exactly what challenges are coming. We need leaders who can think on their feet, collaborate effectively, and work through whatever our community faces while upholding our values. Thank you.
Scott?
Good evening, everybody. We thank the League of Women Voters for having us, and hello to my fellow candidates. Good to see you. My name is Scott Solani, running for town board, and a bit about myself. My wife Mary is here, and 3 of my 4 daughters are here: Maria, Ella, and Alexa. Our daughter Emma is dancing right now playing on, and my grandson Lincoln is here too. So we are well represented, and that's the main reason I'm running. And I love this town. We love this town. I'm newer to the town than my opponents. We've been here for 10 years. I grew up in neighboring Orchard Park, and I feel a civic responsibility to my town and to my country, and that's why I'm doing this. And it's an honor to be involved. It's an honor to be a candidate. But I'm new to local politics. Where I come from, I have 25 years of business experience in the human resources space. And recruiting, I'm head of HR and recruiting for a local transportation company based here. We have 4 locations, both in the US and Canada, over 100 employees. And my wife and I also own 3 retail stores, and we have a charity also called Totally Buffalo Cares that we are founders of, very proud of. And when it comes to what we want to do for the town, I believe in no taxes. I believe in fiscal responsibility. I want to keep the town safe. I believe in growth, but measured growth. And we love the town, we love the village. I believe they need to be viewed as separate entities. And I live in the town, not the village. And I have a great love for both areas. And basically, I want to restore some balance to the board. The board has done a wonderful job. The representation that we have from my side of things, we have very little representation. And so I'm hoping to restore some balance to the board as well. And I appreciate everybody coming out. This is a wonderful crowd, a great turnout, so thank you.
Thank you. Did you, Joseph, you'll be doing the first clap?
Oh, me as well, okay.
Start off with you as the first.
That's fine.
The first question for this evening, what is the role of a town board member, and why are you qualified for this role?
Thank you very much. Before I start, I just want to thank the League of Women Voters. I forgot to do that in my first term. I believe I'm qualified. I've been on the board for 4 years. We've had 4 very successful years. The role of a town board member is to listen to the residents, try and make improvements whenever they can, hold the line on taxes. We're not a federal agency. We're not burdened with mandates. We're really the closest representation to the people. So we have the opportunity to be most responsive to what the people need. And I think as a town board, we've done that very well. We take time to listen to folks, not only when we're in the boardroom, but also outside of the boardroom, and that's true of all the members of the board. So I think the most important role for a town board is to be a steward of the money, to make sure services are delivered cleanly and efficiently, and to make sure that people feel represented, feel heard. And it doesn't mean things are always going to go the way you want, but I hope if it doesn't, you know there's a reason, and I'm always ready to answer that question. I feel like that's the most important role of the town board and a representative of the town board. And I'm good with a minute. Thank you.
Do you repeat the question?
I'm all set, thank you very much. The role of the town board, as Mr. McCann said very clearly, is to be connected to the community. The town board serves, it is a governance role, right? So it's responsible for setting policies, regulations, zoning laws, all of the things that we need to determine how the town is going to run. But this is very much a working board. I see that as a role where you're directly connected with the community, attending committee meetings, connecting with the community in whatever means possible to make sure we're accurately representing them. I believe that I'm qualified for this role because I understand board service. I know that being part of a board does not mean your voice is the loudest. It means that you are part of a group of individuals trying to work for the best for our community. As I said, as the general manager of the co-op, I'm very much a hands-on manager. I'm a problem solver, and I think that's a lot of what the board is currently doing. They identify the problems that are facing the community and prepare to address them. Things like taking care of the trees that are being attacked by whatever they're being attacked by, and treating them before it gets out of control, right? These
So is, the question was why am I running and why do I feel qualified, right?
What is the role of the town board member, and why are you qualified for this role?
Well, I do agree that the role of the town board is to represent the people as closely as possible. A friend of mine who's been on the town board in a town in the Finger Lakes for a couple of decades now gave me the advice of, you, regardless of your party affiliation, it really matters that you are a voice for the people, that you're listening to the town, listening to what the people want. One thing I learned in my studies many years ago, you can be a delegate or a trustee. Trustee being that, you know, basically the people are voting you in and trusting you to do the job. And a delegate is really, you're their voice. You're representing them and what they want. And I think we need to be more of a delegate. We need to hear from everybody in town what it is you like to see, what it is you don't like to see, what needs to change. Obviously sticking to my principles, which are I've laid out and I will continue to lay out. But as far as why do I feel I'm qualified, my business background, and particularly in the HR space, is I am listening to people all day long, and a lot of it is complaints. And they make a joke that I'm the complaint department sometimes in my office. And I'm happy to be that person, you know, because there's a million fires to put out every day. Somebody's got this problem, somebody's got that problem, and that is I feel that is what I can bring to the table, along with other, when it comes to budgeting. And I feel like town government is the closest thing in government to running a business. And obviously, the budget and watching the money is the most important part. It's about prosperity and it's about safety. So it's about keeping the town affordable, low taxes, and keeping everyone as safe as possible and answering to you. And that's when I've been going around to different houses, when they weren't home, I left my phone number. Give me a call if you have any questions, you want to know more about me or what you want to see done. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question will go to Jessica. If elected to the town board, will you support the work of the town's Climate Smart Community Task Force? Yes? Okay, why or why not?
Certainly, if elected to the town board, I'd be delighted to serve and support the work of the Climate Smart Task Force. This is a dedicated group of board members and community members who've done an incredible job making forward progress for our community, not just in sustainability and in environmental initiatives, but in helping save money. This committee is involved in things like sourcing funding for the EV equipment that's been brought in. That's both better for the environment, better for our community, and better for the budget. There's a lot of great work. The Climate Smart Task Force has a website that goes on for miles with all of the incredible work that they're doing. Our emergency preparedness comes through part of that work as well, and I would certainly continue to support their efforts. And we have to be careful of quorums, but when I see that one, that's when I'm really excited about participating.
Scott?
Thank you. I support these initiatives as long as they are best for the town and best for the people in terms of them being affordable and them being the smart thing to do. I believe in a lot of tax incentives when it comes to these green projects. I believe in giving people a break on the assessed value of their homes if there are, you know, if they are able to access electric vehicles, electric appliances, and I believe in smart, measured. Smart and measured policies when it comes to green initiatives, and again, being the voice for what you want to see done, and as long as it's smart financially, as well as being smart for the environment, I support it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I absolutely support the Climate Smart Community Task Force. I chaired it occasionally when necessary, as Jess pointed out. Can't have 3 board members there, but I've been there many times to lead those meetings. Well, I should say lead the meetings, but it's really the members that are leading the meetings. I'm just helping. It's done amazing work. Not only did it secure us the electric truck for the highway department, which is an unbelievable opportunity because we get to test it out, right? It's not theoretical. Can an electric truck perform in those circumstances? Well, we can make the investment as a community, or we can get it paid for by grant money and see. And the reports are from our highway superintendent, Dave Gunner, it's fantastic. And the other piece of equipment we've got is that zero-turn electric mower. It sounds like a small thing, but it handles Hamlin Park. And not only is it doing it without gasoline, but it's doing it without noise. So those who surround Hamlin Park don't have to hear that mower firing up at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. They don't even know the lawn's being mowed. And that is also performed fantastically. They absolutely love that equipment. Not only are they doing that, but we also have the Fix-It Cafe. I'm messing up that name, but the Climate Smart Community Task Force brings in people to this very facility, experts who can repair your clocks, can repair your lamps, can repair your stereo, so things stay out of the landfill. Their commitment to the environment is unparalleled, and it's being done with the sweat of their brow, right? It's our community members stepping forward, and that's one of the things I'm most proud of, the fact that we've gotten the community investment into our initiatives, and people are doing the work, and I think it's fantastic, and I think we need to support it any way possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Scott, you'll be taking this next question. The question is, how can the town balance development with protecting property rights and the rural character of the town?
Yes, thank you. I feel that we need to make every effort to retain the rural character of the town. Now, the town and the village, we are one community, and we love the village. We love our restaurants and we love our shops, and the village throws a hell of a party. You know, whether it's the Carolcade or Borderlands or the other festivals we have, and it's amazing. We love our village, and we love our town as well. And people live in the town for good reason. They love the rural open space, and I think we need to preserve that character as much as possible. When it comes to development, growth is good, but I always feel that current development and enhancing current development is more important, needs to take precedence over new development. I think we have to be measured in how much we want to grow. People live in the town because it's quiet and it's chill, and they want to keep it that way. And they are two separate entities. We are, like I said, we are one community, but we are two separate entities. And as long as we have that approach and we're measured when it comes to growth, I think that's the most important part. Thank you.
I'm sorry, one more time, the question make sure I had.
It's okay. How can the town balance development with protecting property rights and the rural character of the town?
Okay, thank you very much. The first, the greatest, this is like a home run, the comp plan. Everybody, tomorrow here, or no, it's at the high school, sorry. Tomorrow you have a chance to comment on the comp plan. It's the last public comment period. I'm very proud of the work they've done. They've solicited over 1,000 feedback from community members for our comp plan. That's unbelievable. In a town of 14,000 people, we got 1,000 people to comment and provide their feedback. Ray Rosen, who runs that committee, and Chuck Snyder as well is on that committee. They've done a great job engaging. And what you're going to see out of that comp plan, the way it's proposed right now, is development closer to the village, green space outside of the village, right? We need additional housing, we need affordable housing, we need more people to be able to be part of our community. And the way we're going to accomplish that is by making available the opportunity to increase housing near the village. Doesn't mean we're paying for it, it means it'll be possible. But we're going to maintain those green spaces that are so important to the character of our town and for environmental purposes. Because the reason we don't face serious flooding in our community is because we have that green space to absorb water. So that's the thing. We did not have a comprehensive plan. We didn't have an adopted comprehensive plan. We're going to have one. You're all going to have an opportunity to come out and comment on it. Those comments are being taken very seriously, and that's how we're going to preserve our community that we love, and that's how we're going to make sure we don't get overdeveloped down the road. Thank you.
Thank you. I absolutely applaud the current town board for working on the comprehensive plan. As an individual community member, taxpayer, I didn't realize how at risk we were. Without this plan, if we don't like what a developer has to offer, but we have not put protections in place, someone can come up and buy property and turn it into whatever it is zoned for, whether we think it's a good idea or not, right? And if we shoot that down, then we're opening up the community to lawsuits. So there's a lot of risk there without the plan in place. I think it's very important that we get this going. When anybody looks at the zoning maps, you might want to check out this little speck on Olean Road where Masterson's is. We all love Masterson's, they're phenomenal. It's zoned industrial, right? They choose to retire, somebody can buy up that property and do something with it that we might not all want there. So the comprehensive plan is absolutely essential. As the candidates have said, we have to balance development. We can't stagnate as a community. We can't just hold steady and hope that's enough. We can't all be the last ones here. We we really do need some growth, but it has to be smart growth. It has to protect the rural character, our hamlets, all the other things that caused us all to want to be here, right? We're paying our taxes and raising families here because we love this community and we want to keep it the way it is, but we have to be proactive in order to keep that character, and there has to be some progress. It just has to be smart.
Thank you. We're going for the first question. Another new question. This question is, what are your thoughts about limiting truck weights in town?
I have not considered limiting truck weight in town. This has not been brought to the board. Nobody's addressed this to the board, that this is an issue. I assume if you're talking about the town, the roads are mostly county roads, even if they're maintained by the town. So that would be a matter really for the town, or excuse me, for the county in terms of setting weight limits. Obviously, there's issues of our roads are being destroyed. This is something we need to address. I know our highway department does a great job repaving the road on a schedule. Every year we do a new road, keep it going. Roads don't get neglected for too long. So if there's an issue with excessive weight in the town for trucks, come to the board. We'll learn all we can about it, and we'll do what we can to address it. Honestly, this has not come up before. So if it's a danger, if it's a problem, we'll work to fix it. Thank you.
This is definitely a thing I'd like to learn more about, like many of the things that face the town. What I do know about our roads, and I think this frustrates community members, is you want something to be done about your road, or you wish you could do a bike rack, or you wish somebody would fix a thing, and we don't all know who's responsible for which roads. So, as Mr. McCann said, some of the roads are county roads, and the town won't have any control over it. It's all dependent on who's in charge of that particular thing. So perhaps what we could do is share some more information so we have an understanding of who's in charge of which piece of things. So if we want to write a letter or make a phone call and make a request for something, our first phone call isn't to get the person who says, oh, I'm sorry, that's not our department.
When it comes to truck weights, I do have some experience with this, being in the transportation industry. And, you know, we are a specialized hauler. In fact, we operate out in Michigan, which is probably the biggest heavy hauling state in the country. And you can see it when you drive in Michigan, because the second you enter the state, you're bouncing all over the road. And but I would say the highway department does a wonderful job here. Dave and his crew do an excellent job. As far as the weights, that's really a matter of, if it is an issue, it should be taken up. And a lot of that is also state law with regards to the New York State DOT, what's allowed and what's not. But if it's being abused, I mean, it needs to be reported, and we need to talk about it. Again, it's one on the campaign that I haven't heard about either. But it's the county road versus the town thing doesn't matter as far as jurisdiction goes. But if there is a company or an entity that's doing something they shouldn't be doing when it comes to truck weights, you know, bring it to the board and it'll be dealt with. And you know, the local police, I do believe, have the authority to issue those kind of citations. I know obviously DOT does as well, but local police can handle that as well, and they do a great job also.
Thank you. Just a question will be to you now. What is your position on increasing minimum lot sizes? What is your position on increasing minimum lot sizes?
I'm going to say that I don't have a specific position at this point on increasing minimum lot sizes, but I think this is something that comes